What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of our College Has Aged Me Let's Play Minecraft series. I almost forgot what this was. Right now we're troubleshooting our little water dispenser here. I was trying to figure out how to fix this. Actually, before we go back up there, I need to figure out which ones we're having issues with. Okay, so it's the third one over there. So if you recall, when we were setting up our gold farm, our little toggleable um, nether portals are a little buggy. So like the redstone doesn't always trigger like it should. And so that kind of sucks. I'm not sure if I heard a click. Maybe I should have checked for that click. Hold on. Let's turn up the volume again because I'm pretty sure I had it down. Yep. So let's turn up the volume again and let's see. I don't hear the water anymore. So I have a feeling it got fixed. So let's go ahead and check it out again. Well, I do hear I can see this. I can still see the water there, but I do hear some slimes, so that I don't know. I really hate the slimes. I mean, I think I hate slimes now more than I actually hate what do you call them? Gravel. Okay, so there was the click that time. So now the water should be collected, and that would be all that I want, because I don't want the water flowing down. Okay, good. So it was corrected. All right. So this episode, if you guys recall, what we were doing was we created a potion room over here, where we would just be able to walk in, make all of our brew all of our items, I mean potions, and then when we stand over at the farm, go AFK, we would just be able to walk away from our keyboard, come back, and then throw a splash potion at the zombie pigmen, collect all their XP without having to punch them all to death, and then go in and enchant something. So I also want to be able to use this farm to go AFK, but that's going to be a different part of this episode. So for the first part of this episode, what we need are the ingredients in order to make those potions. So I'm just a terrible brewer. I mean, I know a little bit about the brewing process, but I don't know everything about brewing in Minecraft. But what we're going to do this episode is we're going to go to that swamp biome that we have way out somewhere. I don't even remember where it is anymore. But we're going to go way out to the swamp, collect a bunch of the brown mushrooms, and then what we're going to do is we are not going to die to the zombies. But anyway, after that, what we're going to do is we are going to work on our zombie pigman farm or our gold farm and just change it so that we are able to make it an AFK farm, an actual AFK farm. No zombie die. Okay. I don't know what he was doing in my house. Let me get that back. All that XP. Okay, so let's go ahead and take Clod Felter. And that's what we want. Do I have any? I don't have any fence posts. Oh, there it is. There's our fence post. So let's bring our fence post with us. And then also our lead. But let's take Clod Felter out. And let's go for a ride. So if you guys recall, we did change or give this horse a name thanks to the suggestion from one of our viewers. And Clodfelter, I think Clodfelter is a really cool name. It's a really fitting name. So I'm glad that at least someone was able to suggest one. But there were a couple of good names that we were going to go with. So I know that the swamp is out in this direction someplace. In fact, I think it's more in that direction than anything. So let's go out in that direction, collect a bunch of our brown mushrooms, and then once we come back, I'll show you what the next part is. Or, I mean, if anything shows up, I'll get right back to you. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, one thing you gotta learn about me is that I am a terrible adventurer. I make it all the way out here, and then I realize, oh, I don't have a bed. So hopefully we can collect everything that we need to before we end up before the sun goes down. Let's see, do I have, no, I don't even have any shears. What I did want is maybe get some of these vines so that once we go back to our base, then, well, once we get those vines, hopefully, I mean, we'd be able to decorate back at our base. See, I'm terrible in adventures. I can't focus on gathering resources unless it's like stone or something and talk at the same time. I just can't do it. So let's collect a lot of these mushrooms since we're probably not going to be coming out in this direction for a little while. But what we can do is back at our base, we could make a little mushroom farm. Um, just so that we don't have to keep coming out to swamp biomes like this. Although later on down the road, if you recall, we were just going to make a train all the way out here. So I think that that would be good too. Although there's a video that was just released by one of my friends, Chaotic Thumbs, and he was making some giant mushrooms out in his area. So I think I might try to make some of those mushrooms too, just so. Actually, I don't even need a mushroom farm, huh? I could just make giant mushrooms and cut those down and use those mushrooms. Gosh, what am I thinking? It's been forever since I played this game, really. So the sun is going down, so let's just get back on our horse and start heading home. And once we are there, I'll go ahead and get back right to you. So I'll be back, guys. Where's the lead? There it is. Let's go, Clodfelter. All right, now we are back in our mine, and there is a big slime above us, and there's also one below us. Oh gosh, slimes. I hate you. Why don't you just leave me alone? Alright, so like I said, we're back in our mine, and we collected a bunch of those mushrooms, those brown mushrooms, so that we can make fermented spider eyes, which is the ingredient that we needed in order to make our fermented spider eyes for our potion of harming, so that we could use them as splash potions and just destroy the pigmen all at once instead of constantly throwing items at them or throwing punches at them. And then we also have a looting sword down here too, so the looting sword will also stack some of the additional effects. So let's go ahead and whoops. I guess I'm gonna have to replace the door because I can't get back out. I wasn't smart enough to wire it from the inside. So let's go ahead and let's brew a potion. But in order to do that, we would need some. Guess we would need some water, huh? Where should we put it? I'm thinking about putting it like right there. So put it there, and then we'll dig a little hole out, and then put our water bucket in there. Although I want some of that wood. Give me the wood. Let's get those pieces of wood back, and then Put that in. Good. All right, so let's fill up our water bottles. And now we have 3 water bottles, so let's go ahead and place down the water bottles. Drop in a piece of nether wart. So this is my terrible attempt at making a brewing video. Actually, it's not even an attempt. It's a let's play, right? We can figure it out kind of as we go. So the ingredients we'll need is the nether wart. Then we'll put in a spider eye. And as we're making that spider eye, we need to make a piece of, what am I looking for? Where are my mushrooms? We need a fermented spider eye to make that potion of harming. So we have an awkward potion right now, and then we're going to get a potion of poison. Yes, so potion of poison. Let's put in the fermented spider eye. And the reason why I brought down the gunpowder is because we're going to need the gunpowder in order to make it a splash potion so that we can just throw the potion at them and it'll do all of our damage. So let's go ahead and just place all the items. Oh, wait, I need that. So let's see, let's go ahead and add the gunpowder. So now we have potion of harming, does instant damage, and so once we have the gunpowder in here, we'll get a splash potion of harming. Let's see, do I have any more stone? Nope, but I have gravel. I have gravel. Let's just make them into stone slabs. Yeah, that'll look cool. So let's just replace this. We'll replace it with some stone slabs. That'll look pretty. There, done. Awesome. So now our potions are done. Now we have the splash potions. I'm a local brewer now. Just what I always wanted. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to our gold farm. Let's activate it, get it running again, collect some of these mobs, and then I'll show you how it's supposed to work. So let's go ahead and activate the farm. And the portals light up. And let's go ahead and actually block off this door. I'm still afraid that mobs will just get me while I'm AFK. Even though I'm standing up here, I'm still kind of paranoid. So yeah, let's go ahead and just wait here for some mobs to build up. And then we will go ahead and use our potion. So I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we have about 30 or so of these zombie pigmen in here. And I did get a sword. It's my Unbreaking 3 Looting 2. Just one of the mini swords that I had collected just from going AFK here. So, I mean, I have all of these enchanted swords, and then all of these bottom here are enchanted. And I just got more golden swords than, I really know what to do with. And then I also have one of these splash potions of harming. So what I want to do is I want to toss this splash potion out. And then right before it lands, I want to switch over to this golden sword so that what happens is once all these zombie pigmen are damaged, they actually take the effect of the looting, but it doesn't end up harming my looting sword anymore. So I mean, I know it's going to be difficult to see that this sword doesn't take any damage, but just trust me that if we do this correctly and throw out the splash potion and then quickly switch to the sword before it lands, then we'll get that looting effect. So let's go ahead and throw out the splash potion and get the golden sword. So ready? I feel like that didn't work. So I mean, it damaged me, but these guys didn't take any damage. So let's try it again, and hopefully this works this time. So let's go ahead and throw the splash potion and switch. And these guys aren't taking any damage. Alright, good thing we have one more. I hope it'll do the damage. So one last time. Maybe I should switch to something a bit stronger. Okay, so now we have 30 more of the mobs in here, and let's hope that this works now. So now we have a splash potion of harming. This is the instant damage level 2, so hopefully we do more. So again, we're going to switch from our potion to our sword before it lands. Oh my goodness, okay. I have a feeling that these mobs don't get hurt by the potions. Ah, great. I'm glad that I did all this research. And actually, that was no research at all. So let's go ahead and kill them all. And then we'll move on to the next part of our episode, which is turning this into an AFK farm. Because obviously, we can't just go AFK and collect all of their XP. So let's just kill all these guys, deactivate it, and then we're going to have to, let's see, I think deactivate them again. So let's deactivate them again, and then the water should hopefully stop flowing. Hopefully. I know this one here is fixed. Is the far one fixed? I really can't tell. We'll just say it's fixed. Okay. So let me just think on this for a little while because I don't know, the whole potion thing kind of caught me off guard. So let's go ahead and do that. But in the meantime, let's check out what we got. We had 42 nuggets, and that was again from only about 30 of those mobs. So it looks like we were doing it pretty well. We got quite a bit of the golden nuggets just from those mobs there. And so I think that was pretty good. We did get a lot of extra rotten flesh, but we don't need rotten flesh. So, but yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so what I want to do next is be able to set up this contraption here so that we would be able to just turn it into a regular AFK farm. So just the mobs would end up falling and we wouldn't get any experience from it, but at least when they fall, we can collect all the drops that they end up dropping. So let's go ahead, and what we can do is wire this up. And I realized I don't have any sticks on me, but good thing I have this wood here. Let's go ahead and create a lever, and let's put down the lever here. And good thing, let's go ahead and wire this up. So sticky pistons will be facing upward so that when we extend the sticky pistons, then it will just go ahead and pull back these glowstone down below, and everything will be cool. So let's see if that works. Good. So it does, but unfortunately, I can't do anything about this area. So what I want to do is I want to have this drop down lower, like a level, but I'm not sure if that will work because, let's see, I may be able to. Yeah, I think I'll be able to wire up from behind it. So give me a second. Let's go ahead and clear out this. Put in our our, what do you call it? That stuff. And then let's take out this. So the redstone, take out the redstone, and then replace it. So hopefully now when the mobs drop, or we can just flip this lever and we'll switch it between our our AFK farm and whatever. So let's deactivate this again because we really want to invert these signals here. So that doesn't seem to be working. Let me go ahead and fix this, whatever may be going on here, and then I'll get back to you in a second. I'm pretty sure I could just walk up there and fix it, but I don't want to go all the way up there. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got the water all fixed. Let's go ahead and activate it. and then just wait around for a little while the mobs start building up, and hopefully once they fall down here, then they'll just die instead of taking any kinds of damage and surviving. Because we don't want to come back from coming back from AFK and finding this whole room full of zombie pigmen. We want to be able to come back and see our inventory full of nuggets. So let's just wait here while they build up, and hopefully, hopefully we have some of our zombie pigmen. But yeah, so I guess I wanted to take this time to, talk to you about what's been going on. I know we did just have one of those recap talks just a couple of episodes ago, but I feel like this would be a good opportunity to kind of tell you what's been going on recently, between the decisions that I've made with this YouTube series and also the plans for it in the future. So I am still in the discussion currently to be creating that server with my buddies. And so what we're waiting for is 1.8 to come out, and then we'll be starting up that server, and then I know at least a couple of us are going to be recording videos on it, while we are looking for just some of our friends to kind of collaborate with us, and even though they won't be making videos, they'll at least be contributing in the community with us. And so that's kind of what we want. I mean, we're not looking to recruit anyone right now, but I know that I've been looking out in the community, kind of taking pointers and just looking after a couple of the people that have been posting videos recently and been watching most of their videos. And I'm gaining a lot of inspiration to see where I can be taking this channel. I mean, not the channel, but the series, but also watching them to take pointers as to, who would be good to help us out in our community as well. So, okay, so as we saw, there were 2 pigmen who fell so far. And we saw that there was, 2 of them fell so far. They both died, so that's a pretty good sign. And yeah, so I'm thinking that this is going to work out. Although we don't want a whole inventory full of rotten flesh. I want to be able to kind of keep this computer on, kind of secretly, keep this computer on all day. And collect as much as I can while AFKing. So really what I want are these golden nuggets, I guess, as well as the ingots. So if I replace, well, let's go ahead and take one of these rows and just replace it with the ingots. Man, I didn't do this right, did I? All right. Ooh, I panicked. So it looks like, it may not be a far enough fall for these guys. So I kind of panicked there, and watch, the next guy is going to be all angry at me too. So when he falls, he's just going to go after me. So we may have needed to add another block here. I'm not really sure. In fact, I'll do some looking into it and figure out if it really was, if they really did fall enough blocks, or if I have to do something like way up there, like add in some vines or something, so that then when they do fall, they end up taking the necessary fall damage, or all of them will be, or hopefully all of them will be taking the same amount of fall damage. And so that we don't get, some of them surviving and some of them dying. We want all of them to survive or all of them to die. So let's go ahead and, I'm going to go AFK, or probably do a little time lapse thing, and watch as these guys fall, and hopefully we can collect enough of the ingots, and we'll see where we can go from there. So I'll be back. All right, so I was gonna go AFK. I mean, I was debating on whether or not to go AFK the entire night and have this thing running, but then when I came back to my screen just to check on it, I did see a couple of zombie pigmen just kind of walking around, and I decided that it probably wouldn't be the best thing if these guys just continue to walk around my base. So I'm not going to do that. And instead, what we need to do is we need to fix this thing, but that would be something to do in the future. So we need to fix it so that we can keep all of their fall damage consistent, which may mean that we need to raise up these water ladders just a little bit in order to allow that. So I think that's, like I said, that's going to be in a future episode, not now because this one is already running pretty long. But I want to thank you guys for watching these episodes. Your continued support really helps me, get through these episodes, as well as helps me figure out what we want to do. So if you do have any suggestions for future episodes, leave them down in the comments below. If you like this video, please do also leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.